Hey everyone, it's Mike from getfitover40.com. I've got another video here. This one I'm going to really just talk about CrossFit. What is CrossFit? Now I've done a couple what I call CrossFit style workouts, and if you watch those, I've kind of made the comment that they're not your typical CrossFit workout. They don't completely follow the CrossFit program, but they are in a similar style where you just kind of keep going with little to no breaks between your sets. Mix in a little bit of cardio with weights. Now real CrossFit, I'm going to tell you, with real CrossFit, you're going to find that very few times people will do, or actually really never will people do an isolation exercise. What do I mean by that? An isolation exercise would be this. Okay, this is an isolation. I'm working on my biceps, right? And then when you do bench press, you're doing kind of that thing, or if you're doing flies with the bench, you're lying on your back and doing that. That's an isolation exercise. Or if you're on, say, a machine and you're just doing triceps like this, that's an isolation exercise. And in CrossFit, you really don't do any isolation. If you want to hit your biceps, you'll do pull-ups, right? You'll do these because they're going to hit your biceps a lot, right? But that's a compound exercise because it's hitting your biceps and your lats and probably a little bit in your chest. So you're really hitting everything, and if you're going to be doing a push-up, a lot of times you do a more narrow push-up, which hits your triceps and your chest. You won't be doing these big wide ones, okay? So I mean, really, CrossFit rarely does isolation, but because I like to work out for the, how it improves your body, you're looking at your appearance, sometimes I feel that I may need to work one muscle a little more than the other. So I find I have to work my shoulders. I don't have really wide shoulders naturally, so I have to work them a little harder. So I do isolation exercises for my shoulders. I also do calves at home. So in CrossFit, you really don't do any calf type stuff. You just run around and you do all these other things that are working your calves, right? So your calves do get a workout, but you don't isolate them and build them. So if you have small calves, you want to build them, CrossFit may not build them to the level or degree that you want them to be built to. So you're going to have to maybe at home supplement some calf routine stuff. So when I talk about CrossFit style workouts, what I'm talking about is I will do isolation exercises. I will mix in true CrossFit style exercises as well, like the pull-ups, like deadlift stuff, like lunges, lunges with weights. Those are CrossFit exercises. But, I can't really, I could do skipping. They do what are called double unders. That's when you skip and you make the rope go twice under your feet with every jump. I'm not terrible at that. It's a little hard to do it in here because of my ceiling, so I can't really do it. So I'll do elliptical if I want to mix in some sort of cardio. Another thing you can do for cardio, if you can't really do, if you don't have any equipment in your gym, and maybe all you have is a couple dumbbells and maybe a chin-up bar, that's all you need. But you could do like jumping jacks for your cardio. That'll be your cardio, or you could do burpees. So burpee is this, right? And then clap your hands at the top and you do the burpees for your cardio. That's really good cardio, I tell you. Burpees are tough. So, I mean, I'd rather do elliptical than burpees any day, but that's kind of what I'm getting at. I mean, CrossFit is it's an awesome way to work out because you get a whole total body workout that incorporates your cardio all at the same time because you never stop. You're always doing like these circles. They're called AMRAPs. A lot of things one of the things we do in CrossFit is called an AMRAP, which is, I'm trying to remember what it actually stands for, but it's basically you're going for the total amount. You're trying to get as many reps or rounds as you can within a certain period of time, or you try to get, say, 6 rounds in as short a period of time, right? So that's kind of what you're doing. It's called an AMRAP, and I'll try to remember what the acronym means in a second. You know what I'll do is I'll put it up on the screen. I'll write it on the screen because I've totally forgotten what it means. Anyways, but I'll put that up there, and it's called an AMRAP, and you can basically do you can build your own, and that's what I've been doing, is making these circuits or these types of circuits, and I'll do like whatever. And the idea is what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do complementary or offset muscles. So if I'm doing, say, something like chest, and I'm doing, say, push-ups or bench or whatever, then I'm going to want to do some sort of leg exercise as an alternative one, and then I'm going to want to throw in a piece of cardio, so like elliptical or double unders or jumping jacks. So you do like 3 things, and then you just do this circuit, and you can decide how long you want to do it for. It might be how much time you have. It might be like what you want to do. For me, a lot of times it's like I'm doing chest, so I want to do some chest. I want to do some flies, and then I want to do some other crazy isolation stuff. So I might want to do 6 to 9 rounds. So I got to break it up into different things, and I'll maybe throw a little abs. So I do more complicated versions of this, but you can keep it simple, and you could do 6 rounds and just do, say, push-ups, and then you could do lunges, right? And then you could do, like I said, jumping jacks, and just do 6 rounds and try and get through those rounds as quickly as you can, and say do 15 push-ups or 10 push-ups, whatever you're comfortable doing, you know, 10 to 15 jumping jacks, 10 to 15 lunges per round, right? So that's basically what CrossFit is about. And CrossFit has become so popular now that it's become, they've made events. Reebok is one of the big sponsors of it, and they have these world championship gatherings now. And man, these athletes, you've got to watch it. They're absolutely amazing what they can do. I mean, they do like more weight than I could maximum do in a lot of their exercises, and they have to do like 30, 40 of these things. And then they do that in amongst other things. So like they'll do a 2.5 mile run. At the end of that run, they'll have to drag some sled across a field. And then after that, they'll have to carry some, it's like something like a big log over their head. Sometimes they're doing swimming, but they never just do one thing. If they do a swimming event, then they got to get out of the water at each side of the pool and do pull-ups or something, right? And then they'll have to get on the other side and do like push press with a barbell. It's crazy, but a lot of Olympic lifting or powerlifting activities are combined with CrossFit, so keep that in mind. And what I'm talking about are deadlifts. So when you have a bar, a deadlift is a straight bar that you lift up. People think that you're doing your back. It's not really for your back, it's actually for your quads and your hamstrings and your glutes, right? So that's really what the deadlift does. When you're doing so that's a great core exercise to do. When you do, they'll also do things where they do an overhead lunges, and so they have a bar overhead and they do these lunges. They'll do thrusters where basically they pick it up off the ground, get it up here, go all the way down, and then push it up. That's 1 rep. They'll do that. That's an Olympic routine. I mean, there's so much Olympic powerlifting thrown into CrossFit, and the reason why they do that is because those exercises build your core muscles, which are sort of mainly your lower body, this area, right? They really build those. They also build your shoulders and you know, all in your upper body as well, but we really focus on the legs. So that's kind of what CrossFit's about. I mean, I'm not a CrossFit specialist by any means, but I just wanted to try to explain it to you. And what's really good about CrossFit, why I really like it, is because, you know, traditionally you go in your gym and you do 15 minutes of cardio and you're bored out of your mind when you're doing it. You do elliptical for 15 minutes. Like, oh man, when's this over, right? And then you go and you do your bench and you just kind of mindlessly do your thing, and then you sit down, you take a break between sets, and your mind's wandering all over the place. It's kind of boring. CrossFit is, when you do a CrossFit style routine, you're on the elliptical for 1 minute. You're off before you even get on. You don't even realize, oh, it's only been 1 minute. Okay, you're off. You're panting, and then you run over and you do your pull-ups, right? All you're thinking about is, I gotta get through these. Oh, it's tough. And then you're done before you know it. And then all of a sudden you're doing lunges or something, right? And the workouts go by really quick. You're totally exhausted by the end of it. I recommend, again, I talked about using headphones. Get some good music going, because good, you know, pumping music in the style that you like to get you motivated, get your heart rate going, that's a good thing. It helps me with my CrossFit exercises. I put it on before I even start while I'm stretching, get myself in the mood. But, you know, I find the workouts are way more fun to do. I'm getting way better workouts. I'm getting way better results by doing these CrossFit style workouts. So anyways, that's what I wanted to share with you today. And you may have noticed I didn't really do a workout video last week. I was sort of promising I'd do it at the end of the week. I did shoot a workout video, but I had a technical problem with my camera. It ran out of memory room, and when it does that, my camera actually corrupts the file. So I did like a full 30-minute workout, and about 29.5 minutes in, right when I was just about to say sign off, the camera card filled up, died, and corrupted the file. So anyways, I tried like for 2 hours to try and fix the file through different software programs. I thought, you know what, I could have just gone and reshot the video by now, but the video, it was a good workout. It was a tough one, so I was kind of like wanting to reshoot it because it was pretty tiring. Anyways, I will be doing more CrossFit style workouts for you this week for sure. I'm going to do one pretty soon and put that up on the getfitover40.com website and YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.